think women get the better end of the deal in marriage. How?
Marriage is literally invented as the slavery of women. It was made up to trade women as property.
Looking to exploit women for free labor and for childbearing and child rearing.
American women are becoming too dominant, and that makes them ugly to dominant men.
When you say that you're a passport bro, you are publicly admitting that you don't have the personality to get a lady in your country.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
It's a lot of narrative on social media where men think women get the better end of the deal in marriage. How? How is marriage any more beneficial to women than it is to men?
That's another 10 grand in child support payments.
Now, I know men say that during divorce, the courts skew towards the women as far as marital property and the children.
Men get absolutely destroyed in marriage and in divorce. 50% of marriages end in divorce. 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Percent of child support payments go from men to women. 97% of alimony payments go from men to women.
But when you get married, you're not thinking about divorce, are you? I hope you're not walking down the aisle thinking, okay, we got 10 years, countdown starts now, right? You're not thinking that. So any benefit, real or perceived, that a woman may get in divorce court is not material to your argument that marriage is more beneficial to women. So taking that out, men, can y'all tell me why y'all think marriage is more beneficial to us? Because I don't see it. I'm confused.
A woman can cheat on you. She can still get half your shit.
Well, first of all, it's 40% of first marriages. So 50%, the 50% thing, you'd have to add people who get serially divorced, and you shouldn't marry one of those. So that's not a good argument for not getting married. It's a good argument for not marrying somebody you're going to have to divorce. The way to do that, make sure she's a conservative, goes to church, and is a virgin. Then you're not going to get divorced. You'll be fine.
So now there's no reason to take that out. Let me explain. I would say that's the case for women who are long-term, right? But you know why it's not the case? Because they see the benefits. They see the benefits in having a man to support them, right? They get it. They understand there's going to be some hardships, just as men go through hardships with certain things, right? So the female things, it could be cooking, cleaning, many different things. But a lot of guys that are married choose to go 50-50 on everything. See, that's what's not talked about. It's not talked about the guys that are married that are cooking and cleaning, right? For instance, I'll give you an example. Someone like me, I cook, I clean, right? I'll even give you an example of someone like even my pops. He was married. My mother did the cooking. He did the cleaning, right? So something like that, a woman doesn't have the advantage or a man doesn't have the advantage because a man will do a little extra. So if you're saying men not wanting to do a little bit extra, then you have a point, right? You have a point, but still, so many guys are willing because I'll tell you this, a lot of marriages nowadays, what's happening is a lot of people are getting divorced. Women are getting the bag and guys are left with nothing, null and void. So what you're saying doesn't really make any sense because there's a lot of guys that are willing to contribute more and a lot of women that are not scared to ask. Right now, if a guy is just saying, oh, well, I'm not doing more, but then still she gets divorced and still gets the money, she won. That's what the man is saying. And he's right. Let me go on to the next one.
I want you to listen very carefully to this video that I'm about to play. Especially my single ladies out there who are thinking about getting married. Make sure you watch this before you sign that dotted line. Especially now that Republicans are trying to get rid of no-fault divorce.
Talk about the structures of marriage. People love to talk about that type of shit. I want to hear you talk about it.
I mean, marriage is literally invented as the slavery of women. They called slavery of black people chattel slavery, and they called the slavery of women marriage.
But now all of a sudden, this guy has to come along and ruin it for everyone. I don't think. I think you're a queen. Can we have now? That's you, simp.
Really? Like, that's just
It was made up to trade women as property.
MVP! Simp!
Because patriarchy
How was it made up to trade women as property? Marriage was created by God, not some Satanist, sadistic stuff you're talking about, right? It was created by God, and the reason why a woman commissioned by God was to service her man, because in Eden, she was trusted to be on her own. I don't think women were supposed to be doing as much as they're doing when they got married, right? You know what happened? That law was given when woman bit the apple, or not the apple, or some other fruit, and had man bite the apple, right? She was commissioned with pain for birth. Also, she was commissioned to serve him. So no, it wasn't commissioned by what you're saying, but I'm going to let you finish.
First, at the end of the Neolithic era, when people started farming, certain people were like, well, if we farm, then we need private property to say what land is mine so that I know what food is mine. And therefore, what we were doing before, where people had kids and everybody raised everybody, it's like, now I need to know what children are mine because I need to know.
What do you mean everybody raised everybody? I need to know what children are mine. This guy's not making any sense. He's not making any sense. What do you mean I need to know what children are mine? You know what children are yours. It's not computing, because marriage was always around. So I gotta see that story, because guys, there's a lot of lies out there. Don't fall for it. A book saying I need to know what children are mine.
You are made of stupid.
What are you reading? I need to know. Somebody please tell me in the comments.
Who I can make work this farm and who I'm responsible to feed. And in order to know what children is mine, I need to know what woman is mine. And boom, you get marriage. And then that goes to Europe and then gets Christianized, and then they use Christianized.
Then it gets Christianized. Hold up. So what do you mean? And then it gets Christianized? That's how it was invented. It doesn't get Christianized. It was invented by God. What are you talking about?
Christianity as a weapon, as the sword to hold to all of our necks to colonize the entire planet. The normative culture that we're all treated like is just regular, when it's actually...
Video got cut off at the end, but he says that marriage is actually something very new. Current iteration of it. And we act like this is just human nature and how it's always been, but it's actually the product of a system looking to exploit women for free labor and for childbearing and child rearing.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I wouldn't even doubt if some woman came up with that, right? Because I'll tell you what happens, right? The old pastime and the old thing is why women were subjected into servitude. And it wasn't servitude. They were subjected to serve their husband, to serve Adam, because of sin. Women were served with harsh child labor because of sin. Women were serviced with periods because of sin. Because of one woman, all must face that. So stop with the nonsense. And look what's going on nowadays, right? We have a sinful world.
When you say that you're a passport bro, I'm just keeping it real. When you say that, you are publicly admitting that you don't have the personality, social skills, or the confidence to get a lady in your country.
No comment.
So I get why they posted that, right? She's saying that, but then she went. But a lot of women, she went and chose a man for the bag. I wouldn't even doubt that man is making crazy number, right? That they say they want. She chose him. And I'm not mad at her for that. But how dare you? I don't even care about that. How dare you assume? All women are assuming. That's all they do is assume. Oh, this guy has to do this for this. That's not true. Men, listen, what it shows, and I get why women are so upset. The reason why women are so upset, it shows there's a problem. It shows clearly. If men are willing to go through all that trouble, there's a problem. Let me go on to the next one.
When you look and you can't touch, that's something you gotta value. Because when you know you're untouchable.
I don't think a man is insecure because he doesn't want his woman to dress provocative. The only thing I don't understand is if you met her dressing that way, what made you think she was going to change? And I know men don't think like women, so I think when men get with women who dress like that, they think, okay, well, they were dressing that way because they were single. No, they dress that way all the time. And that's something men just don't understand, how if a woman is taken, she shouldn't dress that way anymore. They get her dressing that way because she's single, but they think it's going to stop once they give her that girlfriend type. It won't. That's the way she dresses. You met her that way, so she's going to continue to dress that way. I just think men should go for women who dress the way and act the way they want them to act. Because women like this, they're not going to change for no one. Even
You know what? You're right. You're right. And I say when that comes, a man needs to depart. Like, I'll give you an example. I know a guy who met a woman in Thailand, right? He was preparing to marry her. She kept pitting thirst traps on Facebook. He tolerated it. He did the first time. He said he didn't like it, right? She kept doing it, kept pitting up thirst traps. He said, no, no, no. He about 7, 8 times. The 8th time, because they're about to get married now, he said, if you do it again, I'm going to leave you. Do you know what that man did? And this happened with a woman from on the side of the world, because it can happen. He said, I'm not marrying you anymore. This recently happened. He contacted me, said, I'm going out to Thailand. Well, not going out to Thailand. He's in Thailand, he's about to get married. Within that time, she put up another thirst trap. He broke off the wedding.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Why did he do that? He's standing on business. He didn't go all the way across the world, right, to go meet another woman that's doing the same thing modern women are doing. So yes, that's what he did. The man is standing on business, and that's all men are trying to do. Stand on business, right? He got with a woman, yeah, she was sexy, whatever, he chose her because of it. She doesn't need to be recruiting it. Like, dressing like that is recruiting a man. So, and women don't realize it. It's really that bad.
American women suck. Just become a passport bro.
Oh, absolutely.
I disagree. Okay, look, I know women here can be really annoying and make up problems. American women are becoming too dominant, and that makes them ugly to dominant men, regardless of how skinny or pretty they are. But don't give up. There are still women in America who have their 3 S's together. Sexy, so they look good in and out of their clothes. They're supportive, so they don't just accept who you are, they love who you are. And they're serene, so they bring you peace instead of chaos. Huh? I've written an entire manual on what it means to be feminine, and I broke it down into the 3 S's. It's in editing right now, but it'll be...
You know what's wild, right? It doesn't matter what manual you have. Feminism had such an impact on America. A lot of these women are so damaged they'll never change. You know what it takes for change to happen? It takes the future, right? It takes all of the women being born now, or the girls, to be taught by parents not to adopt feminism. But you know why that won't happen? What are they trying to do even more? They're trying to put it in the schools. So kids are getting feminist books in their libraries. Right now in public schools, almost every public school, this is by design, by the way. That was one of the designs that they did, was to infect the minds of the children, to pervert society, to have it to where you have all of these choices. You know, you can not have a baby if you want. This all was the plan, right? So it's all accomplished. And it's happening mostly in the U.S. The U.S. is pretty much done. That serene, all that stuff you're talking about, it takes the next generation that's coming out for everything that's happening right now to be wiped out. And that's not going to be done. And then now tell me passport bros aren't the answer. If they're putting it in the schools right now, and they're teaching it to kids right now, they're teaching little girls. I showed a video the other day of girls all around college age. All of the men were saying, do you need a man? They're saying, no, I don't need a man. No, I don't need a man. No, I don't need a man. They asked men the same thing. Do you need a woman? All of them said, yes, I need a woman. Women are beautiful. I love women. You don't see that as a problem? You don't see how passport bros are needed now? You don't see why we take this so serious? This is what holding the line is about, because there's a problem. There's a problem in America right now.
Be available soon. Make sure you're watching my content and my stories to get updates.
Look at this. Look at what she's doing. And she's playing with God. Some hallelujah at the end of your little thing you have right now. I think that's in her. Every video she does has that at the end. Straight mocking God. And they're trying to say passport bros aren't the answer. You got to be kidding me. Yes, guys need to leave. Guys need to leave in bigger Joes more than ever to get away from y'all. Guys need to take their sons away from y'all. If all of the same things are going to stay in the kids' studies and in public school, all of the books, all these books about, oh yeah, if you choose to be this way, it's fine. All of that stuff is wrong. They didn't have that stuff when we was growing up. Now it's gotten so bad, it will never be stopped. When you have all these women saying guys are no good, all these guys saying woman to earth, woman to everything. You created a simp culture to where they even have books out there teaching boys to accept women more. All these men are growing up soft. and not trying anymore. Get out of here. And guys are leaving because of that reason, because we realize it's definitely more to life than going through that.
Do not be troubled. Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity.